Hey y'all, so this is another EP that is a bit different like the last one. I'm currently at the lake laying down on my yoga mat recording a voice memo, so there's going to be no music to this one, but hopefully y'all can hear the water and the background noise and the wind and the birds and the animals and feel one with me in this space that I'm inviting y'all in. This episode, I just want to talk about my current state and just the space of being with oneself. And as I'm sitting here at the lake all alone, I'll just start with like the top of my day. So I went to bed with a heavy heart and I woke up with a heavy heart. And it was really hard for me to like force myself out of bed. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm a girl, my monthly things coming soon, I'm just so emotional, or if something's on my heart that I haven't processed or dealt with and it's showing up. But I don't know, I haven't put my finger on it. But I slept in until about like 2, and then I was up for like 3 hours just laying in my bed crying. And I have blackout curtains, so I just closed the curtains and just laid there and felt all the feelings that I felt. But the more I cried and the more I wiped my tears, the more I realized that I can't stay here and that it's a beautiful day outside and I just have to move my body and move my mind. So as I got up, I cleaned up my space because my room was a disaster because I've been ripping and running, and I just cleaned up, got my day started, and I came to the lake. I got my yoga mat and like a towel down, my yoga mat on top of it. And first, I just sat out here, recorded a little footage. I'm gonna probably post that on Instagram or something. But I just recorded a little footage and did a little stretching, put my feet in the water a little bit. Now I'm just laying here gazing at the sun, the sky, and the trees that are above me. And it's just so peaceful when I was just in such a disoriented space of chaos of emotions, And we just have to appreciate the small things. We have to appreciate the day-to-days. And when you have those overwhelming feelings of loneliness, like, dang, I don't got no friend, I don't have no spouse, it's just me, I'm all alone. Instead of looking at it in the perspective of loneliness, actually redirect your energy and your thinking processes to, okay, what does my day consist of? And y'all, me doing this 30 days is low-key burn me out already, just because you gotta put your mind to it. I have to come up with a topic, I have to be educated on that topic and express this to the world. And even Kai Cenat said after his 30-day mafia fawn, he was a little burnt out. So I'm just a human being, and me still putting forth the energy and the intentional actions outside of the podcast or my post, counts towards something. So you have to give yourself grace, but also hold yourself accountable and hold your own feet to the fire. And in spaces where you may feel lonely, just find what it is that you want to do, what it is that's going to bring you a sense of peace, what it is that you're going to do with your time, because time is valuable and it's something that you can't get back. So as I'm sitting here, I found a sense of peace within myself, and I'm calm, I'm laying next to the water, I'm grounded, and I'm at internal peace when I just woke up in a disastrous state of emotions, But this is what managing your emotions and emotional intelligence is about. I'm living proof, guys. And I just want to come here and still be consistent and still be persistent with my actions towards the podcast, my actions towards inviting y'all into my sacred spaces of solitude, and also just inviting y'all in my wholesomeness of me being humble, the world humbling me, me being a human, having feelings, expressing my feelings, sorting through them, acknowledging them. If I'm going to get on the pod and cry a little bit, or come on the pod with a heavy heart, if I'm coming on the pod in peace, if my day didn't start off good, but I'm coming on the pod to tell y'all how I turned it around, and how God turns everything around in my space and in my life for the greater good, I feel like it still counts towards something, because it's doing something 30 days straight. You got to really put your mind and dedication to it. And I'm just going to be vulnerable because I slacked off and I ran out of a little bit of topics to talk about. I felt disappointed and discouraged, and that's what, made me get into a little funk, because it's like I'm a really hard working person, and I really hold myself to a high standard. And if I say I'm going to do something and I put my mind to it and I don't achieve it, I feel like a sore loser, but that sore loser mentality is never going to get you anywhere. And you just have to win in areas where you're confident and you want to put your energy forward. In areas where you don't win, you win some, you lose some. Just because, I have a moment or a hiccup of like 3 days where I didn't post doesn't mean I'm a failure. Doesn't mean that I didn't accomplish my goal. It doesn't mean that I didn't still get up every day, put my mind to it, have it on my mind, because that's the whole point of my 30-day run, is to keep it on my mind, keep the brand on my mind, keep my priorities on my mind, because I just came from a space where I couldn't even utter a thought or even muster up a thought about the pod, about emotional intelligence, about productive energy. I was in a cycle of toxicity with no actions towards making anything better. And, it really puts things into perspective for me when now my day-to-day is just me. And, I have maybe 1 or 2 friends here and there. But when you're not talking to your friends, what are you doing? When you're not scrolling on Instagram and TikTok, what are you doing? When you're not at work, or when you're not at school, or when you're not busy, what are you doing with your mind? Are you giving your mind a break? Are you giving yourself space? Are you giving yourself healthy space? Like we talked about in previous episodes, it's okay to step back. It's okay to, take a break, take a breather. Don't burn yourself out. Even God rested on the 7th day. So it's just like, give yourself a break. Don't outwork the vision. Don't outwork yourself. I'm really hard on myself. All those people who are out there who are your own worst critic, please give yourself a break. Because me just laying here by the water on my free time, it's just like peace that I can't even explain. Just breathing in the air around me, accepting my present self in this moment, accepting that I'm not perfect, that I don't have it all figured out, but the things that I can't control, doing something about the things I don't like, making something happen, any actions towards growth and processing. Because regardless if I was just stressed or hormonal, or, stressing myself, putting extra pressure on myself, whatever the case may have been that stemmed, or what's the word I'm looking for, that stimulated my heavy heart, I now purposefully got outside, purposefully got by the water, got by a calm environment, took my time, did some breathing exercises. After I finish talking and record, I'm gonna still stay here for a little while and just read a little, do a word search. Again, I have my yoga mat out here, so I was stretching a little bit, pulling the tension out of my body with just small movements and healthy, consistent breathing patterns. This stuff is not rocket science. This stuff is just stuff that you have to want to do. This stuff is that stuff that you have to seek and, put your mind to getting that energy, that negative energy out of you. And, really just wanting more, wanting to feel better. And that's really the season that I'm in, y'all. I just want to do more, be my best self. Because nobody else is going to be me. And nobody else is going to do the things that God has called me to do. So I can't come to y'all if I'm not being one with myself and one with the Lord. And being present in my own energy. And redirecting all that negative energy and cleansing my inside so that I can glow externally. Just finding peace in your day-to-day. Finding peace in the small things that you love to do. Like, no matter where you stand internally, heartbroken, grieving, depressed, suicidal, anxious, lonely, arrogant, prideful, whatever, stressed, overwhelmed, all of these little emotions. Control them because you can. I literally was having a whole breakdown today and now I'm just calm, one with the earth. So y'all, I'm again living proof that there is great results in intentional actions. What results are you receiving? What actions are you putting forth to receive anything different if you're not satisfied with the results that you're receiving? Like me, I'm so hard on myself. I didn't post day 12, day 13, day 14, but it's day 15 and I was so discouraged and I was so like, oh my God, y'all, I'm such a failure. I can't even do 30 days, But what am I doing it for? What are my intentions? Am I doing it to be seen or heard for 30 days just to say oh, y'all, I posted the EP for 30 days straight? Or am I being consistent with my posting so that I can grow and actually inviting y'all in my growing process and growing season? Regardless if I post 4 days in a row, 30 days in a row, 2 months in a row, It's all about my intentions behind what I'm posting, why I'm posting, why I'm getting up every day, being consistent. And I'm honestly, quite frankly, within these 2 weeks that it's been, because this is the 3rd week, within these 2 weeks that it's been, I've learned a lot. A lot of things have been put into perspective for me. A lot of things have gave me clarity. A lot of things I no longer feel internally or hold with me, nor think about. Just because I've been consistent, just because I've been getting up, putting my mind to doing something. If I'm not reading the Bible, if I'm not writing, if I'm not recording, if I'm not posting, if I'm not, being active on social medias with my followers and people who are on the same walk or similar walks, I'm still being intentional. It still counts. It's still small baby steps towards a bigger version of your life that you didn't even know that you have to accomplish, I'm still doing things that work for me, that's giving me peace. I'm still doing things that are motivating me, I'm allowing myself to be human. I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect. I'm all healed. No, like I didn't post for 3-4 days straight. I didn't have anything to talk about. I wasn't sure about where I stood within myself, But I'm learning. I'm growing. And I'm not perfect. So if I take a few days off to find a little motivation, but then post the whole following week, it counts. It counts towards greater things for your life and for yourself and whatever you want to accomplish. You know, that's all that matters. What are your reasons? Why are you doing the things that you're doing? What's your fuel? If you hit the gym all the time, why? If you go to the lake, you like to go fishing and it brings you peace, great. If you like to chill, watch Netflix and watch cartoons and that's your escape from reality, great. Find something that brings you peace. If it's not one thing, find something small, and stick with it and grow and build on top of that. I hope y'all enjoyed this lake EP. I'm trying to invite y'all in the midst of it, into the thick of it. I'm really inviting y'all, I'm trying to be vulnerable and transparent. If you want to know where my mind is, listen to the pod. This is the place to be. If you want to know where I stand mentally, this is all my answers, I'm pouring all my energy, good or bad, into the pod, If it's bad, it just fuels me to do good and turn that negative into something greater than anything that I can even fathom in this present moment. But y'all be one with yourselves. Take time to sit with yourself. Make yourself uncomfortable with how much free time that you have by yourself. Get uncomfortable to be comfortable with growth. Growing pains. It's not going to feel good every day. I'm not going to wake up every day motivated to post an EP or post on the pod, I'm not going to wake up every day thriving and in the best mood. It's just inevitable to feel and to be on this roller coaster called life, like we talked about in the last EP, crashing waves, to be on this wave of a lifestyle, All these social media talks about aesthetics and lifestyles and goals and all these cutesy, dainty things and makes your life look so perfect just because you posted all these cute, aesthetically pleasing pictures. No. Y'all, it gets real. It gets wicked. We have feelings. We're human beings. We get angry. We get upset. We get discouraged. We get unmotivated. We get unpassionate. We fall out of love. So you telling me you falling out of love with me? All of that. So don't be trying to be perfect, because nobody's perfect but the good master up above. So in midst of moments where your imperfections overstimulate you, it's okay. It's okay. Just breathe. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to not have an answer all the time. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And that's today's title of the CP. It's okay. By the lake with it and all. I love y'all. I love this space that I'm in. Quite frankly, I do. I love this process that I'm going through. It's amazing. It's ugly, but it gets better and better every time I go harder and harder. So I love it. I love it. And I thank y'all for listening and loving me. So yeah, that's enough for today. Peace.